Hello, my name is Rochelle Ament, and I'm an academic advisor at St. Cloud State University. I work with students just like yourselves who are interested in the nursing profession and hoping to be admitted to a nursing program. So this information session is going to cover all the aspects of becoming an admitted student to the nursing major at St. Cloud State University. Recent global events with the COVID-19 crisis has really highlighted the importance of nurses in the healthcare profession. At St. Cloud State, we train nurses to be really on the front lines of healthcare, caring nurse professionals who will make a difference in patient outcomes and a difference in their patients' lives. So let's get to what it takes to become a nursing student at St. Cloud State. So in this information session, I'm going to cover a couple of topics. We hope to explain to you the program requirements for our major, our admission process, our guaranteed or early admission program, and some of the courses you'll take as part of the major curriculum. Nursing at St. Cloud State University is a traditional four-year program. We're slightly different than our competitors. We offer 3 semesters of what we call pre-admission coursework, where a student is taking classes to prepare to make application to the major of study, and then 5 semesters of major coursework. We are a fully accredited program, so again, accredited by the Commission on Collegiate Nursing Education and approved by the Minnesota State Board of Nursing. These are the highest accreditations in our field. Our graduates are eligible to take the NCLEX to become a registered nurse. And over the past 5 to 10 years, we average a first-time pass rate on that NCLEX exam of 92%. So that's really important in nursing. An institution's ability to have students pass the board exam to become a registered nurse really speaks to, is that program a viable option, right? Is it a program I want to attend so that I can become a registered nurse? Admission to our program is competitive. Applicants are accepted based on performance in some very specific areas. So students will spend the first 3 semesters of their time at St. Cloud State, again, taking that pre-admission coursework so that they can make application to the major. And the 4 criteria that we're focused on when making decisions about admission are listed here on the screen. We're looking at a student's St. Cloud State cumulative GPA. This GPA is comprised of any course the student has ever taken at the university, even PSCO credits at St. Cloud State. Second, we're looking at a pre-admission GPA. I'm going to explain a little bit further what that pre-admission GPA consists of, but basically it's a focused GPA on some specific courses that we're targeting in nursing. The third criteria is an entrance exam, and the 4th criteria is references. As you can see behind the scenes, we're using a points-based process. So we're looking at, for example, the St. Cloud State cumulative GPA. There are a total of 10 possible points in that category, and overall there are 110 possible points available in our application. So you can see how each of those criteria is weighted in the application process. Our pre-admission coursework is broken down into 4 specific courses. We are looking at an English composition course or a college writing course. That's our English 190 or English 191. We're looking at a communication studies course. This is a general or survey of communication like course. Our psychology course is a developmental or lifespan psychology course. We have a pretty basic math or statistics course. A student can choose to take Math 193 or Statistics 193. Our chemistry course is a 5-credit general, organic, and biological chemistry course. And then our anatomy and physiology courses, we have a sequence of those: anatomy and physiology 1, anatomy and physiology 2, and then microbiology. So again, students will take these 8 pre-admission courses, as well as any other liberal education coursework that's needed for university graduate requirements over the course of 3 semesters. And in that 3rd semester, or the first part of the sophomore year is when a student makes application to the major, hopefully begin that coursework in the latter half of their sophomore year. Students can certainly transfer credits to St. Cloud State in either liberal education or in the area of pre-admission coursework for nursing. If you are taking courses at another university or college or are interested in figuring out what that might look like, you should visit www.transferology.com. This is a database that tells you how courses will articulate or how they are equivalent to courses that we need at St. Cloud State. So for example, if you're at Central Lakes Community and Technical College and you're taking Biology 1372, you plug that information into Transferology and hit submit, and that database will give you a response then. How will that course transfer to St. Cloud State? Students have the opportunity to apply to the nursing program each semester. So in the fall, if a student wants to begin the program in the fall, in August, they would submit an application in mid-January. We make an initial review of those applications, and we invite students to come to campus to take our entrance exam, which is called the HESI. And we offer admission to folks, and then they begin coursework then in a fall semester. If a student wishes to begin the program for a spring start, which is our January semester, our application deadline is early September. All of this information is available on our website, deadlines and timelines. So just go to www.stcloudstate.edu/nursing for up-to-date deadlines. Our application requirements. So what do I need to do in order to apply to the program? First of all, of course, the student must find the application, which again is on the St. Cloud State Nursing homepage. So you would find the application, download and print it, provide all of the transcripts and degree audit reports that are asked of you, all the documents that are asked of you as part of that application. A student must have a minimum nursing GPA of 2.75, as well as a minimum St. Cloud State GPA of 2.75. Our major also requires that all courses for pre-admission must have a letter grade of C or better. Even a C- here would mean that a student would need to retake a course. In terms of timeline for application, 7 of those 8 pre-admission courses need to be completed. The only course a student can be enrolled in at the time of application would be Biology 206. That's the microbiology course. So on their schedule, in the term in which they apply, they'll be taking the microbiology course as well as any liberal education coursework necessary for St. Cloud State graduation requirements. And then finally, they would submit 2 reference forms. So when that application comes in, we kind of take an initial look at it, ensure that all of those minimum criteria have been met. Does the student have those minimum GPA requirements? Are they enrolled in the proper coursework? Have they received at least a C or better in all of those classes? If the answer is yes, then the student will be invited to come to campus to take our entrance exam. Our entrance exam is called the HESI, and it's a 5-hour computer-based exam that measures reading comprehension, vocabulary, grammar, math, anatomy, and physiology skills. We then take that data and again, put it on rubrics, like I showed you in one of the beginning slides of this presentation, and award applicants points. We will just rank all of our applicants then, highest to lowest point earner, and we will offer admission to the top 45 candidates. To those students that we do offer admission, a couple of other criteria must be met. A student must provide proof of American Heart Association CPR certification at the healthcare provider level. They must pass a Minnesota criminal background check. They must pass a drug and alcohol screen. And they go through a health screening and immunization checkup with our Student Health Services office. We also require that students attend a new nursing student orientation. These bullet points on this screen here are not something that we ask students who are just looking to become a first-year student at St. Cloud State to be really worried about. That CPR certification, for example, is only good for a couple of years, for 2 years. So if you ran out today and got that certification, by the time you got to application, it will have expired. So there's no really need to rush to figure out these things on the screen here. We provide students detail on how to accomplish all of these tasks when we offer them admission. We also have an early admission program at St. Cloud State. So a student who fits the criteria for early admission must adhere to all the same standards as students who do not. They take the same coursework, they're on the same timeline. The requirements, though, are slightly more rigid in terms of GPA that must be maintained, and performance in high school is used to determine whether a student can participate in an early admission program. So in order to qualify, a student must have a composite ACT score of 26 or higher by December of the student's senior year, and their high school GPA must be 3.2 or higher. So that's an and statement. Both of those criteria must be true. So in February of a student's senior year of high school, we will query our student database, and we will look for students who meet those minimums. The student who has, again, that composite ACT of 26 or better, and that high school GPA of 3.2 or higher. Obviously, they've been admitted to St. Cloud State University, and they've indicated nursing as their major. We'll query our system, and we'll send letters offering an early admission position or slot to be a nursing student at St. Cloud State. A student then will receive a contract. They will sign that contract and need to return it to us. So once that contract is signed, they are saying they're going to maintain the following, the 3 bullet points that are there on the screen. They are going to maintain a 3.0 cumulative GPA in the nursing pre-admission courses. They are going to earn better than a C or a C or better in all pre-admission nursing coursework. And they don't have the option to withdraw from a course, a pre-admission nursing course, in their time at St. Cloud State. Each semester, we take a look at that roster and we determine, have students still maintain this criteria? And if the answer is yes, over 3 semesters, when they get to application to the nursing program, they are going to be one of the 45 students that we admit to the program. So they're not competing, as it says there, that they're not participating in the competitive process. By the time they get to the point of application, they are just going to be admitted. So that really often begs the question from folks, well, how many of your 45 positions or slots in your program are dedicated to early admission students? And as you can see, over an entire academic year, across 2 application cycles, in the fall of 2015 admits, we had 5 students, so 3 in one application cycle, 2 in the other. In the fall of both 2016 and 2017, we had 7. 4 in one semester, 3 in the other. So we're not intending for this to be an early admission only program. We're simply intending for this to be an incentive for the best and the brightest to come to St. Cloud State to pursue nursing as a major. A couple of frequently asked questions that I often get while giving this session. So the number of students that apply versus the number of students who are admitted. I did mention that we accept 45 students each semester, and each semester we typically have between 90 and 100 students who submit an application to us. We do accept transfer coursework. So like I had talked about, you want to be using the database transferology.com to determine how your courses will transfer to St. Cloud State. Waiting list is also another common question we get. Do we maintain one? No. At St. Cloud State University, we do not maintain waiting lists for our program. If a student is not offered admission, they simply need to reapply. We do allow students to apply just twice to the nursing program. When a student is not offered admission, we do work with them one-on-one and explain to them how their scores compare to their peers and the types of scores they might need in order to become a more competitive applicant. We are not a university that requires a student to have a CNA or a certified nursing assistant licensure in order to apply to our program. So that's not necessary, not something you need to do. I certainly recommend it to students who are considering nursing as a a major as a career path. If you've never had any experience in the healthcare field, certainly getting your CNA and working as one will help you figure out if nursing is something you want to do for a career. And then how long is our nursing program? This is a 4-year degree program with 3 semesters of pre-nursing and 5 semesters in the major. Also, another commonly asked question that isn't listed here up on the screen is average GPAs. You heard me say that the minimum GPA in order to apply to our program is a 2.75, but on average, the folks who are getting admitted to the program have more like a 3.4 or a 3.5 GPA. A couple of opportunities for our students outside of academics. We do offer 2 study abroad opportunities, one to South Africa and the other to Chile. So students who have Spanish speaking skill are welcome to participate in the Chile study abroad experience. That's more of an individualized experience where students go for a few weeks on their own and live with a host family. And again, the student would need to be pretty fluent in Spanish in order to participate in that. Our study abroad with South Africa is a group of students. So each spring we take maybe 10 to 13 students to South Africa with a faculty member for a 3-week experience. It includes spring break and then 2 more additional weeks. A lot of our time in that study abroad experience is spent with like HIV prevention and education, some vaccination information, some nutrition, some public health like work happens on that experience. We also have a nursing club at St. Cloud State University, and students do not need to be admitted to our major in order to participate in our nursing club. So this is a great way for students to interact with those who are admitted to the program, and this club is very active, putting on many service projects every semester. Once students are admitted to the program, I'm just going to quickly go over what some of the coursework would look like while they're in the major. So while admitted to the program, their very first semester is kind of a nursing skill building like semester. It does have a clinical in that first term. It's a short 4-week clinical. We go to St. Cloud Hospital, to the med-surg floors and bone and joint floor. The second semester of the program has a care of the older adult course, a clinical involved in that as well, and a pharmacology class. The third semester, admitted to the nursing program, the focus here is our mental health and our OB and PEDS, 2 clinical rotations in this semester. Fourth semester, again, we've got 2 clinicals here. We've got healthcare of populations, and we've got some advanced med-surg coursework in this semester. And then lastly, in the 5th semester of the program, students do a cross-cultural and global nursing course, as well as a management and leadership course. And the bulk of their term is spent on a capstone experience or an internship, where they're paired with a preceptor at a hospital or clinic, and they're shadowing that individual for about 12 weeks. And they're conducting a project or doing some research. They're trying to implement some change with a preceptor in that particular area, on that particular unit, in that particular facility. So they're really getting some really strong hands-on experience through that capstone project. So some highlights again of our program here at St. Cloud State University. We have some high NCLEX pass rates. So again, over the past 10 years, we typically can maintain a very high NCLEX pass rate, which again, speaks to the quality of a nursing program. We have lots of opportunities for experiential learning and simulation. We have an excellent student to teacher faculty ratio. So when our students are in lecture, we're talking about 1 faculty to 45 students. When we're in the lab, it would be 1 faculty to 12 students. And when we're in our clinical rotations, it would be 1 faculty to 8 students. And of course, there's some excellent job opportunities available in nursing right now. So I hope you enjoyed this little bitty information session here about St. Cloud State University and our nursing program. feel free to contact me if you have any additional questions or concerns or want to meet one-on-one to discuss what your path may look like to the nursing program. Take care.